Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I will be sharing some goodies from two new collections from Spellbinders. So first off, here we have the beautiful, some beautiful products. I will have a cheat sheet here to the side so I just know the names of these. But a beautiful Imperfect collection, and this one is just gorgeous. There is a lot of things in this one that I don't have. It's paper, I believe it's ephemera, 6x6 papers, and yeah, it's just a ton of fun things that you can check out. But this is the butterfly, and also a scripty background with a sort of dackled? No, I don't know what it's called, but you can see the edge is sort of torn, so that is really beautiful. And then I also have another collection here. So this one is really fun. This one is called Windy Wacky Table Classics. I don't know, I think that was it's called. And this one is the Thank You Bouquet, and this is the layering stencils. There is also this one. I don't know if these are sold separate. I don't know if these could be sold like together or if they always sold separate. So please don't ask me that because I don't know. Probably you can see it on the website. I couldn't see it when I recorded this video, so I cannot tell you at the moment if they are, but you can see I thought this was such a neat idea. So you can, this is a 3D embossing folder that does this beautiful bouquet and also the individual flowers and also sentiment. You can cut these out. Probably you should do it the other way around, cut out and put them in here, and then you can do the layering with the stencils. So I cannot wait to play with that one. I thought that was so cute. And then I saw this one. I thought this would be perfect to have in the background. So just some geometric sort of circles. And I also saw Jennifer McGuire do a super cool technique where she did sort of a double. I will not do it with this one, but she did a double technique where she had sort of a pattern, repeating pattern, double small, something like this. And then she double embossed, and that was so cool. I need to try that technique. So I thought it would be fun to try with some of my other 3D embossers folders from Spellbinders. And this pattern was also cute. So this is sort of a flower or something like that. So that was cute. So I think we could have a lot of fun playing with all of this today, and maybe mix and match some, and maybe do some with this one and some with that one. So we'll see what we can come up with. So please stay tuned and I will get going. So first off, I started to play with the beautiful Thank You Bouquet die, and I cut it out and then I lined it up with my embossing folder. So you can see I'm just tried it until I got the perfect alignment. You can definitely use some adhesive just to keep it in place if you're worried it would shift. And you can see how gorgeous this turned out. I'm obsessed with this. I think it's just so fun to create with products that go so nicely through the machine. And there were also these embossing folders that's nicely coordinating with these dies. And you can see I'm just laying them up here. So you can definitely have more than one color combination. But for this one I just kept everything pink so I could learn a little bit about the stencil. I brought in some orange just to give it some contrast, but you can definitely do this in another color as well. I did it for the next one as well, just to give it some cohesiveness throughout. And then we could have some green leaves and some yellow centers, and we can keep building our background here with some more leaves. You can see how nice this is, and if you'd like some like bolder colors, you could definitely have that. And there is also this thank you die that cuts out and also embosses, which is really nice. I created a couple of other panels, and I also used the polka and posy embossing folder. And here you can see how I used the thank you die in gold, just so you can give an idea of how that will look. Sorry, I shifted my mat. For my first background here, I cut my panel apart so I could get one with the poses and one with the dots. And I just used the same orange and pink color as I used for my flower. For the sentiment, I ink blended the lower part of my thank you. And you can see I have it to white to the top and orangey to the bottom. And you will see what I did later on, because I thought it looked a little bit too pale in a second here. But before I do that, I also run my my butterfly through my hot foiling machine. And you can see how beautiful that turned out. And I also used my scissors and just fussy cut this panel. And I have my other background, the one with the poses. I did the same color combination here. So I have the orange and the pink in the background. So that will peek through my scripty. This is the deckled edge scripty etched die. Really pretty. And I had that teal color and the blue just to give it some contrast. And I really like how this turned out. When I had my products out, I also decided to go ahead and give one of my ink blended backgrounds a little blue halo, just to give it some contrasting colors. And of course dimension between all of my layers, because that really helps my image to pop. And I did actually take my time and have some foam between the script and the background. And I can have my butterfly to the side. And we are also going to work on a sentiment here. So in that same set there is sentiments. So now I'm just use the better press the way it was intended and not foiling it. And I use the coordinating dies and cut it out, and of course some dimension. And then the first of our 3 cards are finished. So I like that. Here is the background, and I have my flowers, and of course I will raise them up with some foam once more, just because foam makes everything look nicer. I fibble it around with that, and then when I'm happy with the placement, I'm just pressing it down, and then I'm trying to find a good spot for the sentiment. And I found it right there on the flower. Here's our 3rd card. You can see I just ink blended that, and I didn't run it through my embossing folder, but I ran this lonely flower through the embossing folder so I could pop it up and have dimension just on that one. And of course I glue it backwards, so I will peel it off and do it the right way here in a second. You can see that letter sort of got lost in the background, and to make it stand out I just brought out an Olo marker from my stash. You can use any marker you have and fill it in. When I traced it, I think it turned out so nicely. So this card I will actually not make into a card, but I just wanted to share this. It was something Jennifer McGuire did. She had this beautiful embossing folder with just one solid pattern, and then she had another one with some more dimensions, and I thought this would be cool to just run it through with the flowers. So I tried that out. Might shifted a little bit, but you can see it turned out really cool. So you have that dotted pattern in the background, and then our flowers are raised up. So that is really cool. Definitely something I will be back and playing with more. So here I did the same thing just to make this not disappear as well. So I ink blended first, and then I went over it with a marker. So here are our finished cards for today. I think these turned out so nice, and I hope you will like to check out the rest of the release from Spellbinders today. I will have links down below for the products I use, and I will soon be back with some more content. Thank you so much one more time, and I will leave you with some still shots of all of our products today, and I see you soon. Bye!